In today's video, I'd like to go over some Microsoft Excel functions relating to time value of money and personal finance. The functions that we'll be going over in today's video include future value, present value, rate, payment, and number of periods. I want to first start off by stating the law of 72. If you take the number 72 and divide it by your rate of return number, then that's essentially going to give you the amount of years it takes for your investment to double. For example, if you divide 72 by 9, so 72 divided by a 9% rate of return, that means that it'll take 8 years for your investment to double. Let's first focus on cell C7 to calculate the future value function. As you can see in each of these 5 scenarios, we have 5 pieces of information, 1 that we'll figure out and 4 are given according to the respective scenario. So for this one, we're going to calculate future value. I'll just do it slowly for each of these scenarios so you understand the syntax for it. So we'll type in equals FV. We'll go to the rate, divide that by 12. Go to the number of periods, times it by 12, which is for months. Go to payment. That number happens to be 0 in each of these examples. Go to present value of 1,000,000. It's going to be into the period, so we'll type 0 and we'll close the bracket. So essentially this is saying that $1 million investment with the rate of return of 8% in 10 years is going to be approximately 2.2 million. So for each of these 4 other scenarios, I went ahead and plugged in the future value number of 2.2 million because we'll need that to calculate the various factors that we're going to need to go after. For this next example, we're going to calculate present value. So that's equal PV. Go to the rate, again, divided by 12 months. Number of periods, 10 years times 12 months. Payment, which is 0. Go down to the future value, and then 0 from the end of the period. That brings us to 1 million. So the future value discounted 8% over a 10-year period is $1 million present value. That's what that's telling us. So we'll now move on to the third scenario, which is rate. So we'll type in RATE. Go to number of periods times 12. Down to the payment, which is 0. Present value of 1 million. Future value of 2.2. Into the period. We're going to actually multiply this by 12, which brings us to 8%. Moving on to the payment calculation, we're going to type in equals PMT. Go to the rate divided by 12. 10 years times 12. Go to present value, future value, and then end of the period. Then lastly, our 5th scenario, we're going to go to the number of periods. So it equals NPER. Go to the rate divided by 12. Go down to the payment. And then present value. And future value. Then end of the period. We actually need to divide that by 10. Or by 12 rather, for 12 months. So hopefully this gives you a closer look on how to analyze time value of money examples using these functions. Again, we covered future value, present value, rate, payment, and number of periods. Thank you very much for watching.